Wilson Lee has asked me a question about the price of the Sony action cam. Before that, let me do an initial review of the Sony action cam. If you have seen the previous videos, you will know that there's one part which is called a full video. I think it's in two parts. That's 1080p. It's not in 4K because if I use a YouTube editor, which I always do use YouTube editor, they will, if you stitch videos, the 4K videos together, it will become 1080p. So when you watch it on YouTube itself, when I release the video on YouTube itself, there's the option there will say 1080p. That's the highest. It's not 4K. But if I were to upload the video, the 4K raw file, directly into YouTube without using the YouTube editor to stitch all the 4K videos together, so individually 4K videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, it's in 4K. So the difference, I'm not sure. It's for you to judge, see whether there's any difference in terms of quality or not. But downgrading from 4K to 1080p would still make the images crystal clear and lovely looking. It all depends on the sensor. If the sensor is huge, which I think is some kind of R, I think it's called R or S, I'm not sure. The bigger sensor, you can get in more light and it is more detailed. It's not grainy, it's not blurry, it's going to be like crystal clear and shit. So the next generation of cameras that I'm going to get myself would definitely be the Sony, which I forgot the name of, the Handycam. It's not a camcorder, they call it the Handycam. Sony is that way. They need to, like, even in terms of words, they need to have their own word. You remember back then when there's the SD card, they have their some kind of other card, Pro memory, I'm not sure what they call it, but it's fucking expensive. That was 5 years ago, and they knew it. They were making a big mistake by not integrating it with the masses. Something like what Apple has done or have been doing all the time, which is they do their own shit while the rest of the 99% of the world do theirs. So the Apple is like the 1%er. They go against the norm. They have their own proprietary intellectual stuff. So don't give a damn about the rest. We have our own shit, and our own shit is fucking expensive because it's not mainstream. It's made, well, in small quantities, therefore it is not cost effective. If a product is made, like, let's say you're going to buy some shit from a factory, you buy one product from them, it's going to be expensive. You buy 1,000, then it gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper the more you buy. You produce something, the more you produce, it's going to be cheaper. It's like making a name card. You want to, like, go to a shop, I only want 10 pieces of name cards. Oh, it's going to cost you, well, 1 ringgit per card. But if you order 100 or 200 or 300, then per card will be less than 1 ringgit. So that's how it goes. Why was I saying that? I was bashing Sony, right? What was I saying there? Handycam. They have their own name. Instead of camcorder, they have Handycam. So the next one that I want to have is the FDR something. It's big, and according to the Malay guy that I've met in while going through all this Sony action cam activity in District 21 of IOI City Mall, which is in not in Subang, it's in Serdang, which is quite about 30 minutes away from here through the highways and stuff. So they have this own, according to the Malay guy Zain, his name is, they have the best sensors, he says, so the light comes in, this crystal clear image, and also of course the bestest stabilization, mechanical stabilization, not the software but mechanical stabilization. And I'm pleasantly surprised that the one this goddamn action cam from Sony is, holy shit, the stabilization is pretty good actually, even in 4K. If you look at the videos, in 4K videos, it's smooth. It's like, when I'm using this camcorder, JVC GZ-E100 from JVC, of course, you can see this movement is janky. It's vomit inducing. It's like on a ship it's not nice, it's not smooth, it's not like on a gimbal. So the next one is a handy cam from Sony. It's huge, of course, bigger than this one is like the size of one's dick, you know, the girth is quite small. But the Sony one is like a fucking black Negro's dick, huge and girthy. Holy shit. So heavy too, so it gives it a weight too. But the 5-axis stabilization is the one that is whew, walk around, even if you are one-legged and you have a walking stick, or if you have one leg and you have this thing, click click click, and holding this, I'm not sure how you do it actually, holding the camcorder and click click click, you know, with the thing and stuff. So the stabilization is so awesome. So move, and it's not going to be, it's going to be wow. So it's like on rails. So that's great, man. That one costs quite a lot of money. So I'm just waiting for the inevitable to happen with this camcorder here, which is 3 years old but still going strong. The only problem is, so it's always the connector between the LCD and the camcorder proper, the lens, the body, because when it comes to camcorders or handy cam from Sony, open, close, open, close, open, close, there's a connector, there's a wire, and you will tear because it's a flat wire, and like all plastics, it will wear and tear. Open, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, and it become whiter and whiter and whiter, and blah. And the LCD, I mean the camcorder still works, but the LCD is fucked, so you can't see what you're shooting. And these cheap JVC camcorders, they don't have the viewfinder, you know. Nowadays when it comes to handycam or from whatever companies, the mirrorless or the DSLRs, they have a small little thing. You don't need to rely on the LCD. There's a small little reticle here. You can still shoot and see what you're shooting, because this one here is also an LCD display. So if your LCD proper on the big body is fucked, you still have that to rely on. This one does not have anything at all. So if LCD is fucked, it's fucked. But you can still record, but you don't see what you are shooting, or you can't. I mean, there's a blinky light. Of course, you know when you're shooting and when you're not. When you are shooting, I think it will blink. So it's nice to see what you're shooting actually. So yep, I've changed the wire twice already, so I'm just waiting for the third time that I have to change it. So there's no problems with this thing here, so continue on doing it, even though it's the picture quality could be better, of course, and the sound, of course. I don't like the JVC sound because it's not so good. There's no bass. When I'm talking about bass, it means boom 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 boom, but what you're hearing is like soft. That means there's no bass. The subwoofer is broken. Yeah, subwoofer. You only have speakers, but the subwoofer is kaput, gone. There's none. It's something to do with this the JVC. If I buy another new JVC, it's the same shit. The sound, the speaker is not good, and there's no choice for there's no shoe. They call it the shoe. There's the metal thing where you can attach anything, lights, microphone. The preferred choice for vloggers is the Rode Rode microphone, but it's kind of like awkward because to have a big damn it's not big, it's this small type of microphone, and that microphone needs battery too. So fuck, another thing to worry about because of battery, and also size. It becomes bigger and bigger, and you slot here. And also you need the output, audio output. This one does not have an audio output, so if I have a microphone, I still can't use it on this unit here. So why am I talking about that? I'm not sure actually. Stabilization is very good on the Sony action cam, and also the handycam, top notch. I'm very surprised. This one here, I look at the footage. I was walking around. Of course, I'm trying to I mean, there are two modes. Either you walk very smoothly, trying to stabilize the image myself, or simply walk. I was simply I mean, I was 50-50 simply walking and 50-50 trying to like be smooth as possible. But you look at the sample images, it's smooth, right? It's definitely smooth. I mean, you go and watch it, okay? Recently, watch it and see it's smooth. Oh my god, smooth criminal. I'm very surprised. It's a small little thing, and the stabilization is top notch, even in 4K. Yeah, and okay, see, I won't be surprised if the 1080p, if I shot it in 1080p, is going to be very smooth, because they have this technology that camcorder can shoot in 4K. And what it does is they shoot in 4K and they crop it into 1080p. If I choose the 1080p mode, it will crop it, and from there they can smooth it out. You know, from 4K to 1080p, they have a bigger choice, 4 times smaller. They can like pick and choose. The software will help you out in smoothing the image. So you understand what I'm saying? Just imagine this whole thing here is 4K. If I shoot in 4K, it's going to be this much with the borders around here. So stabilization, software stabilization is going to be minimum or minimal. But if I shoot in 1080p, okay, the camcorder or the handycam or whatever you call that thing, a small little camera, will shoot in 4K, but it will crop it up into 1080p, which is this much, and it has a big area here to choose from when it stabilizes itself. Depends on the options. I'm not sure about options, but definitely there'll be an option to stabilize it, either +1 or +2. So if +2, it will really work its magic, and even though the whole image is shaking around, it will still be choosing. You know, if if the whole thing is moving around, it will also try to like, it will look at the area like an object, and you keep on looking at the object even though the whole place is moving around. So it will just help itself smooth it. So it's great. And the handycam, the big one, they have a 5-axis thing. You know, you look at the lens, okay, you look at the lens, you stare at the handycam, you see the lens moving even though you are not recording. You can see it move. So these technologies is very, very awesome from Sony. You don't need to have those, like, say, you see smartphones, right? Smartphones, you see it shaking. I'm not sure about smartphones now, but you record on it, you look at it, it's shaky. And they have those gimbal things, you know, put a battery in it and put the smartphone here, and it will move around and it's smooth as fuck. It's great shit, of course. But the handycam from Sony is, you don't need that. It's just smooth. You don't need all these extra peripherals to make it smooth. You don't need that bloody, I'm not sure what's the name of, I forgot already. Those big ass things to smooth things out. You know, those smoothers. I'm not sure. I forgot what's the name of. You don't need those backpacks with a thing here. You know, it goes around here and you shoot like this, like a spaceman or something like that. You don't need those stabilizers. You don't need those cumbersome shit. It's extinct with Sony's technology. Sony is so. I've already blowjobbed Sony's fucking huge cock for too long, a Japanese cock, which is small. So should not say that. So there are many choices. These are the coupons that I got from Miss Ivy, very cute girl. I think she's model material, very, very. So the coupons here, you ask for the price, right? Coupons here, it says here 1,400 and 1,005. Okay, for this, not sure, FDR-X3000. I'm not sure why there are so many types. There's this code here for this. I'm not sure, no idea. Then of course there's this, which is white in color with another serial 300R. So different numbers. Not sure. This is 1,800. Why is it more expensive? No idea. It all comes with that wristband which lets you see what you're shooting. So it comes with that. So it's 1,800 here. Singapore dollars. I'm not sure how to convert. All these are in ringgit. Okay. and the most expensive is 2,200, which is the FDR-X3000R. Why so many types? I'm not sure. I have no idea. And of course, with this coupon here, there can choose the packages. Like this one, you can choose. You can buy this one. Yeah, all this comes with a battery, and what's this black thing? I'm not sure. Oh, it's a 32GB SD card. I love going to all these official camera things, you know, events, because they give you SD cards. I get SD cards for free. Nice. I don't need to purchase it. Of course, you can. It's easily, you can buy 64GB SD card, 64 for 60 ringgit. For 60 ringgit. If you go to the shops, it will cost 120 ringgit. You just go online, Malaysia's whatever 11th Street or something. I'm not sure. It's half price. You can. It's cheap. SD cards are cheap. 64GB, and it's class 10 and can accommodate 4K recording. It's pretty good. You don't need to buy I mean, SD cards are cheap, but I go to these events, I get free ones. So if I was away from my laptop or any storage devices, at least I have SD cards that can take whatever I shoot nicely, because I've got so many SD cards in my bag. So if I buy this package here, I can choose either A, B or C for the extra stuff. Yeah, and it's worth how much? 500 ringgit. It says active monopod, which is a monopod, MC protector, wrist mount. Oh, then there's a cap clip, or all these accessories, you know. You can clip it in front of you. You can have the one that sticks to your head, because the strap, don't go for the stick to your head, because even though it's a point of view, it's heavy, you know. The camera is heavy. It's heavy, and it's like, oh, your head is like heavy on one side, so no. Then there's shooting grip. There's all this wrist mount. I'm not sure what the hell it is. The watch comes with already a wrist mount, right? So I have no idea why it's included. And the cheapest option is this one. It comes with a backpack mount. This is a cheap version. 1,500. You ask me whether I should buy this or not. For me, I don't have money. I mean, I do have money, but I don't want to spend a lot of money, because income, if I was making a lot of money, right, say 10,000 ringgit a month, definitely I'll fucking buy it, because it's just 1/10 of my income. Okay, and that's not much. Maybe 2/10 of my income would go, or 3/10 of my income would go to food and lodging, and the rest is for me to burn or put inside the bank. So I might as well burn it with this. So definitely go and buy it. However, now we go into the negatives. Okay, positive, TLDR. I'm not sure what TLDR means. The summary. It's an internet speak for what's the summary. Summary is, I think the quality of the video is pretty good. Stabilization is fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Okay, this expletive is going to make fucking awesome in a small little body. And that's about it. Negative. Okay, there are two choices of shooting. Either with the protective thing, which is the condom, or without it. Without it, I'm not sure whether it's plausible without the condom. You see, when you use a condom, then you can do all the mounts, you know. You can put it here, you can put it here, you can put it anywhere. Like my friend or my acquaintance Zane said, action cam without an external body cover, that's the best. And that's what GoPro 5 is doing. You don't need an external casing to protect it from water, dust and whatnot. So GoPro 5 is doing a very awesome job. This one, however, comes with this casing. It's up to you whether you want to use a casing or not. It's up to you. Discretion is observed by the person who bought it. When you put in the aquarium or whatever condom, the sound, okay, you look at the sound. I'm talking to myself, okay, when I'm recording. Can you hear me? Not much, right? I think I have to shout already to make it audible. So I don't want to go out there shooting stuff on my whatever I'm going around walking, not on my motorcycle, walking around, I wouldn't want to shout just to make myself audible in the video. No, I don't want that. So the casing is restrictive towards the audio component of your video. It sounds like you, as if you are underwater. So if you were to use this one, don't use the casing. But if you are on a motorcycle or in a car, then that's, or you put it outside of a car, then you have to use the casing, and you don't want to get the sound of the wind, you know. You don't want that, and when you make the video, you want to overlay music on it, so the sound is not important. But for me, sound is very important. So but I think there's a gimbal, I mean there's a screw there, so yeah, there's a screw. So my tripod here, mini tripod, I think you can properly connect it to the action cam. I think for sure, surely there's a hole, I mean there's a screw hole. I'm not sure, I can't remember actually. I don't know. But if there is no hole, then fuck, then I'm not gonna buy it, because I need the tripod to move around with it, and without the fucking condom. Okay. So that's the price. This is a long video, unfortunately. Today I'm going back to Ipoh already to rest up because I'm tired. I'm quite tired of the events that I've gone to. And yesterday I went to the event. I saw the guys who love to go around to events, meet new people, eat free food, hopefully drink. So it's nice to actually know these people here that have the same like-mindedness, or like mine, as in free is good, paying is eh. So that's the price of all these things. Convert it yourself from ringgit to Singapore, because I'm not sure about the conversion rate. So what other negatives are there? Almost forgot the coup d'etat, the decisive blow to all 4K camcorders, like the Sony AX500, I think it's called. Wait, no, Sony X100. Sony is a small little mirrorless camera. Okay, it's a portable camera. I'm not sure whether I've released. Yes, I released a video about it. It's the Mark V. It's called the Sony X100 Mark V, or V. It's a V at the end. Mark V, it's the version 5. That one I shoot in 4K at this Sony center in The Curve, which is next to IKEA Damansara, KL. Is it KL, or is it? No, it's not KL. It's Selangor actually. Petaling Jaya. No. Damansara and Petaling Jaya are different districts. I think it's called districts. I'm not sure. It's not the Katniss Everdeen Hunger Games District 1 to 11 or 12 or 13. 13 I think. So I went there, tested it out. After a few minutes, 5 minutes, it's warm. That Mark V mirrorless camera was warm. I can feel it on my right hand. So you record on 4K is hot. Plus the Mark V is 5 times zoom only. So, and the zoom is very slow. Camcorder is the best for zooming. I like sniping girls, so I want to snipe them as quick as possible, because when it comes to moments, it happens straight away. You have to like record quickly, not no, only record, because the girls were like walking past and faster record, capture the moment before they turn old. You know, like Chinese girls, they turn old after 30 years, their face will melt. So quickly preserve the beauty of them in video form. So what else? 4K hot. Oh god, 4K is hot. But this one 4K recording, hot, and the battery does not last long on 4K. I think it's about, I said in the video it's 1 hour, right? I think it's less. You just look at it. Hopefully they gave me a bloody action cam that is fully charged. If it's not fully charged, then what's the point? So You go and look at it, the 4K part 1 to part 9, you look at the minutes there, you add in yourself, I think it's less than 1 hour. I think it's less than 1 hour, so it's not a lot of time. So you have to buy batteries, a lot of batteries for it, if you want to shoot in 4K. 1080p shooting, I'm not sure, I'm not sure about that. So battery is not long, and it overheats, and when it overheats, it can't record. Yeah, you can't record, and you have to wait for it to cool down. And if you put in the condom, even worse. The heat is contained within the condom, so a lot of issues there. The heating issue, they had to solve it, because there's no point in it unless they put a cooler in the small little body, and of course there's no fan to help it cool, and it will mist up. It will mist up inside the condom when it gets hot. So a lot of problems there, just from heating issues. So that's if you choose to use a condom. If you don't want to use the protective casing or condom, then these issues might be resolved, because it's not a condom. And the wrist, the LCD, of course it looks, wow, pretty awesome. You just look at it and shoot like that, or you put it on your whatever, put here, and like a Predator or something like that. Then you look at your wristwatch and you see what you're doing. Wow, that's quite cool actually. It's kind of weird. You walk around in a fucking city center, you're looking at your wrist, or you can put it here or you can put it here. It's like you're always checking for time. I'm a tourist, but I'm looking at the time all the time. Yeah, I'm looking at the time all the time. Yeah, I'm a tourist. I'm always looking at my wrist. I'm not looking at the sights, but I'm looking at my wrist. But when I look at my wrist, I'm actually looking at the sights and the sounds and the environment. So it's kind of like strange. So I think that's about it. Yeah, conclusion of the FDR or action cam. Yeah, very hot issues, the heating. And speaking of hot, Miss Ivy is hot.